it was like quite a shock to the system. So yeah, they didn't really take it that great. And even told me that they didn't think my relationship would work.
Tell me, Natalie, what was your life like pre-children? Paint me a picture of your career.
So I was very passionate when I first went into the industry.
Mhm.
I went somewhere to start off with and was told that I didn't look the part of a hairdresser before I even had a family. 16-year-old me. So
Love that.
yeah, that was on my trial. So I didn't get an apprenticeship there. So I went somewhere else. And I had a great mentor when I eventually got an apprenticeship.
Mhm.
Debbie was unbelievable. And she pretty much showed me all the ropes. And previously my mum is a hairdresser. So she still
Mhm.
is hairdressing to this day. She's got her own wee salon. She gave me quite a high work ethic. Um,
The hustle.
yes, yes. So she has been hairdressing for, I'm going to say nearly, well over 40 years. So
Mhm.
she's been in it for a very long time.
Mhm.
So when I got my apprenticeship, I actually just like worked my arse off. I was running a column after 18 months.
Okay.
Um, I just I just knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
And then I went from Debbie's salon was quite a small salon, so I went to a slightly bigger salon, where I got the opportunity to become a ID artist. And I then met my husband.
Is he a hairdresser as well?
No, so he's actually not. He works for an oil and gas company.
Okay.
So he's not a hairdresser, but I met him at a music festival because we're really
Awesome.
into our music. And then I moved away I'm originally from Fife, so I moved up to Aberdeen. And I think leaving my original salon where gave me quite a lot of opportunities with photo shoots. I did Trend Vision, I got into the UK final with them, I got ID artist, so I got a lot of opportunities. And when I told them that I was moving, and it's not even like I was moving to a salon next door, it was an hour and a half drive away. It was like quite a shock to the system. So yeah, they didn't really take it that great. And even told me that they didn't think my relationship would work. I'm now married, 2 kids later. Um, so I ended up traveling for 2.5 years.
No.
3 days a week. So I condensed my full-time hours into 3 days a week for two and a
Traveling an
half.
hour and a half each way.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I'm quite loyal and I'm quite stubborn. I like to show people like actually you don't make that decision for me. I'll show you that I am loyal and actually it's my way or the highway and you actually can't say a bad word about me.
That I find it there's so much it's misspent loyalty and it's used as a weapon as
Yeah, totally.
well. It's
Yeah.
very weaponized, isn't it? Paying people off against each other. And I mean to say your relationship won't work.
Oh, oh, I know.
That's
I know.
unreal. It's such a head fuck.
Yeah, totally.
And I don't think there are any other industries that jump out to me that would do this to
Yeah.
their staff, the workforce.
Yeah, totally. It's honest like and I don't know if it's like a demographic age category within ownerships of salons.
I certainly think it is like of a
Yeah.
generation.
Yes. Yeah.
I think there's
Um,
little hang-ups of it still.
yeah.
As women,
Oh,
I mean, I'll die on the hill that hairdressing has just been legalized abuse of women.
yeah, totally.
But I do think it is starting to change, but we've still got that power imbalance.
Oh, totally.
So until that glass elevator, glass escalator, whatever you want to call it, syndrome changes, I just don't think we're ever going to have peace in the industry.
Oh, well, do you know what? I actually thought recently that we had maybe found a bit of change.
Okay.
However, I was just recently on a course with
Okay.
someone who is an unbelievable hairdresser, and like I actually really appreciate his values and his ethos. But on the training day, he said something, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually like that's fucking sexist," and I
You're
don't
going
know
to
if
have
I.
to tell me off the call who
Yeah.
it was.
So yeah, I know. So he actually turned around and said that when you're doing fashion shows and you phone in sick because your kid's not there or your kid's unwell or like men just can't, men just won't do that. And I was like, well, actually, one, you get single parents that still are career driven and they've not got that support. Two, that is just natural and habitat within a woman. Always a woman that has to take the time off when their kid's sick. It's always this, it's always that. And actually, there's so many people in power there that's women in the industry that are fucking unbelievable. But there's just a few men that are above them that are knocking them down a wee bit to make sure that they don't get to there. But
So
I was actually quite shocked at him even
I
like
think it's ingrained. It's in the fibre.
see if you think like that, don't vocalize it when you're in. Like, I mean, everyone there, bar one person on this training course, were female.
This industry is, if you look at the UK alone, it's 84% women. If you involve like the Americas and whatnot, we're talking 90% women.
It's
And
I honestly was like,
yeah,
wow, like do you know what? It's hurtful to say it out loud. You can think it, you can think whatever you want,
you can
really.
think whatever you want. It doesn't mean I agree with you, but it's tone deaf is what it is.
Yeah,
Especially, I was talking with people yesterday. There's this uprising at the moment of women. You know, I'm not going into the male loneliness epidemic. You did it to yourself. But, you know, women are rising, and I think there is a tide turning. I
yes,
just don't know how it's going to affect an industry that is so misogynistic and sexist. Like
yeah, totally.
some of the stories I'm told are
Frightening,
unreal. Do you know one of
frightening.
the worst ones I've heard recently? A salon owner rang the maternity ward to try and rearrange a scan because it didn't work with his diary for this member of staff.
That's mental,
Isn't that fucking insane?
mental. It is.
Find me another industry where that happens.
I know
It-
you would probably be sued for that.
right?
Yeah, totally.
Right? I mean, I've got an NDA from
Yeah,
what happened to me when I was pregnant. So
it's mental.
again, that's another little bit of the driving force. Like
Yeah,
this has to change.
totally, totally.
Has to change. It's absolutely unreal. So, before you had your smallies,
Yeah.
what did you think it would be like having children as a hairdresser?
So because of my mum's background,
Hmm.
so my mum had four kids under the age. She was 30 when she had my littlest brother. Yeah. And like my mum and dad were together. They're
Hmm.
not now, but they were together for quite a long time. I was a teenager when they split up. So I had like a normal, whatever normal is, family home. Do you know what I mean? But my mum actually went back and she was employed.
Hmm.
She was employed until 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she opened up her own wee salon. So she's like die hard. And she went back when we were all 8 weeks old.
Oh, I did that with one of mine.
Yeah. So she went back when we were 8 weeks old, and we had my beautiful grandparents, God bless them, like my granny, pretty much brought us up through the week. And then on a Saturday when my mum finished, we all would sit and eat mince and tatties round the table.
Oh, mince and tatty.
Lovely.
Oh, I love it. My family are
And
all
watch
Scottish.
Gladiators. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
honestly unbelievable. The family empowerment of my mum going back to work, but it also made me quite aware of what it gave me a false illusion of what I should be doing because she and driven it to us without even realizing. It's like childhood trauma without knowing that you're passing it on. So when before I had kids, I honestly remember the two girls that I was last employed with. They were exceptional bosses. I will give them that. There was a few things, but they were exceptional. So before I fell pregnant, I was doing photo shoots. I was doing some fashion work.
Mhm.
I was did ID artist, so I was very aware. I did Colour Trophy as well as Trend Vision, so I was very driven that when I had a family, my work was still my identity. I didn't just
Oh,
want to be Aubin and Serge's mum in the playground. Um, I wanted to be still Natalie, and I still wanted them to be proud, and I wanted them to know that stereotypical types of stay-at-home mums and that's okay, but it's okay to also be a working mum and show
100%.
like
It looks different for everybody. And
yeah,
I had this conversation the other day. As soon as we stop fighting against each other in these little
oh,
micro climates of mumming, whether you breastfed, whether you bottle fed, whether
oh
you work,
exactly,
whether you don't work, whether
mind
you're a
blowing.
single mum, whether you've got a partner, we are so fucking powerful when we're together.
Yeah,
And
and
fighting against each other, I'm
doesn't
sorry,
work.
that's the plan.
Yeah, and that's what I believe that's what people. It's easier for females to be bickering behind closed doors than standing together.
United.
Yeah, because we're more
100%.
powerful.
100%.
Yeah,
Like this 100%.
we're more
This is
powerful together.
we are so fucking powerful when we're together.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if we keep these little micro aggressions, bickers,
Oh,
whatever,
it's
then
silly.
we are letting the powers that be win. I'm going to say we're probably similarly minded on patriarchy and
Yeah, just a little bit.
so yes, like
So
stop letting them win.
yeah, so I just kind of had a perception in my head what when I had a family, what it would potentially be like. Then I actually went full front and did it, and then lockdown hit, and it kind of made me look back at what I shouldn't have done.
Oh, yes. I mean, so I've got a 15-year-old and I've got a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And with my 15-year-old, I was a solid single parent and I made so many of those classic mistakes.
Yeah, it did. It made me really realize that, yeah, there's certain things that you can't ever get back.
No.
And we should, I'm
And
probably the type of person that I wouldn't say I was a people pleaser, but I definitely think about the perspective of, yeah, it's not my salon, but if I lead by example, people will follow. And if I've got a good work ethic, then when people start being a bit like I'm going to use the word lazy, but maybe they didn't see it as being lazy, but not working as a core team together. That's what I mean. Um, you, if I was like showing that I could do it, and then nobody else kind of followed that, and I was like, oh, what have I just done then? I've done something off my own shoulders. Nobody else told me
so
because I thought I was going to
it's
help
like
this business out for who?
when really, I mean, ultimately, the business doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, like one of my I missed taking my eldest to see Father Christmas for the first time
Wow.
because I wasn't allowed to take the time off as a single parent in December, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I've had that chat with Dylan, and he is a superstar, but that will weigh heavy for me
Oh,
for
totally.
probably the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's a few things that you end up thinking, fuck.
fuck,
Yeah. Like I'm now
can't get
self-employed.
that back.
Like I'm now self-employed, so it does
Yeah, so
like moving a client because they've got a doctor's appointment or like I used to always be like, oh, reschedule them on my days off. And I'm
no.
like both my kids have got they used to go to the eye clinic in the hospital because they've both got like something wrong with their eyes.
Mhm.
And I generally used to have to do it on my days off, but the clinic was only open on my days that I was working. And do you know what? My bosses were like, just tell reception they'll move. But sometimes it was reception that were like, do you know how much hard work that is to move your clients? You've not got space. When are you going to work extra? And I'm like,
It's funny
because I
because
was like, if my bosses knew you were saying that to me, they would be probably affronted.
yeah, there's some salon receptionists. I mean, they're grafters. We have to salon absolute
Oh,
grafters.
unbelievable. And what they
Uh,
deal with over the
Who
phone
said
and
you could
stuff.
act like the doctor's receptionist? Yeah,
Oh,
I I've heard, I've seen this happen as well. It's like you're at a 10 and I definitely need you at least a 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, like, yeah, we've had some mental things happen when I was employed with the kids. So on the other side of that, like I was in the middle of doing a haircut and I got already so my husband was away on a stag do.
Mhm.
And I was down at my parents' house, and my son was outside playing with the dog, and they both tried to catch the ball, and they ran into each other and instantly broke his arm. He ended up in hospital, had to have an operation. So I had to phone my work and my husband and say, look, Serge is going to theatre. I won't be able to come into work. And the next thing I knew, the first day I went back to work, and the first day, which was 4 days later, bear in mind, 4 days later, he had one broken arm, and he went back to nursery, and I went back to work. I got a phone call from the nursery saying, I'm really sorry. I looked at my watch and I could just see it, and I was like, oh. I was excused myself from cutting my client's hair, and they were like, Serge has done something to his other arm. And I was like, what do you mean? Really? So yeah, I had to go and collect him because he had broke his other arm.
Broken it.
4 days after his first one.
Oh, baby.
Mental breakdown. I've never, I think that has changed my whole, like, the thought process on
Perception,
oh,
approach.
oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. And I think my nervous system, because people are like, you're not the same after that. I was like, tell me someone that would be.
Right? Absolutely.
Um,
Oh, and bless him and bless you. But
yeah,
then I think that, see, I have always prided myself on a work ethic.
yeah,
I grafters, right?
yeah, totally.
But then I do also think it's fucking terrible.
Oh,
Right? Like now, I'm happy to. I archive all my clients. I'll get back to you when I'm ready, and you know that.
yeah,
But but there were no boundaries, and
yeah,
that was the strong work ethic,
yeah.
you know. And then oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but
He's fine now, and he's still a riot, but
I mean, I call my boys chaos demons. So,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
my eldest plays rugby, and it's literally injury, time off, injury. He's
yeah.
honestly just broken bones all year.
Recovery, recovery back at
I can't
it.
go and watch it
Yeah,
because I'm like, I'm
yeah,
not squeamish, but some of the things he's done, I'm like, nah.
yeah. It's mental. So yeah, it does. It changes your perspection.
100%. And then there's that bro thing when
Yeah,
so I've worked with a lot of like Sassoon, Tony and Guy, Enna, Mahogany. That mindset of
yes,
the men. And then you almost start to like, should I be drinking the Kool-Aid too? And it's
yeah.
just, it's terrible, terrible, terrible,
Totally. Oh,
terrible,
totally.
awful. So when you did go back to work after the kids,
Yes.
how was your experience like with the kids? Were you self-employed? Were you still employed? What did
So,
that look like?
so I actually was employed, and this is what I mean by when I put a perspection of myself on my own shoulders.
Hmm.
I was due Aubin, so my eldest. So I was due my eldest on the 4th of January. My last day at work was the 18th of December, and I was still on my hands and knees cleaning my own position on the floor, the metals. Not because, but I was like, if an assistant is able to complain about cleaning, but I would like never put. I'm of the archy of never put yourself above someone. Always be at the same level,
Hmm.
even if you're nearly 9 months pregnant. So that's me as a person though. I would always want someone to be like, if Natalie's able to do it, then we all can. Like,
Yeah.
but maybe that's the wrong thing for some people, but that's the way that I thought. And even with my kids, I'm like, if I'm doing it, you could do it. Um, so I then went back to work after 3 months with her. Um, so and that was probably because I was like, one, I'll lose clients. So that was two haircuts for most clients. So I always remember getting told if your client goes to someone for three haircuts, the chances of them getting them back is very unlikely.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That
Um,
three, magic three.
magic three. So I was like, right, okay, if I go back before then, and do you know what? You're lucky if I lost. three clients. Like generally most people, and still to this day, the clients that I have are still the clients that I'm retaining now. Um, so I went back, but I had my mother-in-law watch my daughter for until she was a year old,
Mhm.
um, 2 days a week. But I put her to nursery 1 day a week just to like slowly settle her in. But I even wrote my mother-in-law a contract, so she couldn't just turn it in, and I paid her, so she
And
couldn't turn it
that
in.
is completely different.
Yeah, so we paid her and wrote a contract just so that, yeah, if like she couldn't just say, "Oh, I'm busy," and then it would affect everyone's work. But when we had a family, me and my husband sat down and we agreed that I would take 1 day off, then he would take 1 day off. So we would alternate our sick days if our kids were unwell.
That's a solid foundation. I love that for you.
So we've always been like that. He did have like not a nice employer who wasn't that great, but that's a by the by. Do you know what I mean? That happens in all sectors, I think, when it comes to kids, and sometimes men can get it as well. But
Yeah, I
females,
mean,
I think
100%. I think men
females
get
are more implied to have to take the time off.
yes.
So
Yeah.
when a man shows up to do it, people are like, what the
What
fuck
the
are you
fuck are you
doing?"
doing?
Yeah,
Right, yeah, it does work both ways.
but it's worse for us.
That's the balance, right?
Yeah. I would say it's more than.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
as much as I'm feminist AF, the patriarchy doesn't help anybody.
yes,
You know, it's not a system of hating men, it's a system of exploiting everybody. So
yes.
yes, we definitely get the rougher ride of it, but men, like one of my cousins took dual paternity.
Oh wow,
I
yeah,
was like, you fucking badass.
yeah.
And the absolute ribbing he got.
Oh really?
Yeah, you know when
That's
you're
a
like,
shame.
it's literally you can't win.
Oh, totally.
You can't fucking win. Hence the whole pitting each other against each other. My thing is like I don't care what you do as long as you're happy. Are you happy?
Yeah,
Are your kids okay?
totally.
I don't care. Put a bottle in it, put a boob in it, fucking co-sleep with it, put it in its own. Do what
Do you do you?
you do. You. My phrase with my kids is all fed, not dead and in bed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just stop hating each other
Oh,
because
totally.
it's absolutely insane. So, what do you think would better support mums and women in hairdressing?
I think open communication.
Hmm.
I think there's so much of not he said, she said. So I think people feel scared to
Hmm.
approach a subject with
Hmm.
people because they know that it might impact what they would like to do.
Yeah,
And communication, I don't think people realize how much communication.
is the foundation of everything.
Massively, massively. And
Hmm.
actually, the two girls that I was with before I went self-employed, because I was employed with both my kids
Hmm.
when I had them. One of them the other week, she has had her second, and she actually was like, "I don't know how you did that. I honestly don't know how you did that. I take my hat off to you." She was like, "Not that I ever undermined what you did, but I probably didn't realize how
Intent.
much how yeah
In,
how
yeah.
what that probably did to you as a female or you as a human being. But yes, it's intense.
It is, the literal changing of your brain after having a baby.
The
I mean,
chemical reaction, instant.
you are literally a different person.
Yeah,
And then you're put into an environment where you've got to be exactly the same as you were. And you're like, holy shit, like I've either been cut open, my fanny's fallen out,
yeah.
and I'm literally a different person.
What's it they turn around and say? They say, yeah, it's a
Work
stage
as if,
door. It's a
pardon?
it's a stage door. So as soon as you open it, you leave your shit behind you.
Oh, so you leave your feelings in the staff room.
Well, no, so we used to have to leave them at the front door.
Oh, and I just think it's absolute. So no, I mean, I always make a joke of it. I'm fucking unemployable at this point Like nothing's left at the front door.
Yeah,
Like my clients, I've been doing these clients since my eldest is 15.
yeah.
You know, I've been doing these people for 14 years, and that, you know, it's that's something that I personally believe we need to be more honest.
Oh,
We need,
totally.
you know, like, and I know you shouldn't talk about politics, but guess what I'm talking about? Fucking
Yeah,
politics.
I know. I
You
think
know, like,
so. I
stop
thought
putting us
I
in boxes.
said yeah. So I don't. Well, I wouldn't ever approach subject, but when someone approaches it, I'm if I don't agree with it, I always like, oh well, I this is the way that I see it, and because what did someone the other day? Oh, it was when they were talking about going independent for Scotland, and
I want
and
that to happen because I
and
want the Scottish passport.
yeah,
Don't want a blue one. I'm up for it.
and he was like. He was quite aggressive in his manner, and I just was like, do you know what? I'm going to flip it on the head. I was like, see, if we were to go to war, would you not think we're stronger together?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, what? What? I think you're a weak individual for thinking that. And I was like, well, I think it's okay to think the way that you think, but sometimes the manner in which you say it in could be slightly different.
Yeah, so just as a little ADHD tangent, is Scotland getting independent seem similarly to Brexit? Because I was anti-Brexit. So is that the kind of
um,
division in Scotland?
yeah,
So
yeah.
my flippant comment was really bullshit. Sorry about
Oh, no, no, no. So I think, do you know what? Some people think that it'll make it amazing and some people don't. But I think the people that, I don't know, I I always think that let's work as a team and make everything better.
that is
But
literally what I said with Brexit, like safety in numbers, we're stronger
yeah,
together. So when you
yeah.
say it from, I can totally see
But
that being,
there are things that Scotland misses out that probably England get more of. So it needs to be more of an equal playing ground. But most people would probably be like, I can't believe you. There's pros and cons of everything, isn't there?
well, yeah, always.
And I don't know if you'll ever know until it happens.
I mean, I think we could have told that Brexit might have been a bit of a shit idea.
Oh,
I
there's lots of things, but yeah. One what did one client actually say to me as well? One time I had to phone to cancel because one of the kids were sick. This is a funny one because clients can be quite powerful in what they say as well.
Mhm.
And I phoned the receptionist phoned and they were like, "Oh, she wasn't very happy." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "She took a holiday." And I was like, "I've just been called by the nursery. I need to go and collect him. I can't like I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm sorry, I'll reschedule her." So yeah, but she took a half day's holiday. I was like, "Well, apologise on my behalf. I can't really do very much." And I someone in the salon did her hair, and then she um in that appointment, she's like, I can't believe Natalie left because her child was sick.
I've had a salon manager say to
I
me,
was like,
"Do you
oh,
have to go and get him?" I'm like, "Well, he's not going to fucking walk home on his own. He's six."
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like, yeah,
I-
he's ill.
And then what did another lady say to me when I had Aubin? I kept my cards close to my chest when I was ever thought about having family. I had a few friends that were going through IVF, and I was just like, right, you can't take well, I'm quite a closed book to certain degrees in personal life. So I was
Hmm.
like, I don't want people to know that I want kids in case I can't.
Hmm.
So I had Aubin, and then when I fell pregnant with Serge, 18 months later, she was like, oh, I didn't think that you would have any more. I was like, oh, really? She was like, yeah, was it planned? And I was like, I've been married for 6 years, and even if I wasn't, if it's not planned, is it any of your business? But imagine saying that through your hair appointment.
Since yeah, there's almost a degree of ownership.
Yeah, oh, like of that individual that's doing your hair, instead of
Yeah,
thinking of them as a human being.
100%. I work in a very affluent area, bit finger clicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a degree of ownership and y- like showing off as to who your hairdresser is because of
Oh, yeah.
it's all very. toxic, really. But then now it's better for me, but like you almost train your clientele, right?
Oh,
You know,
or you
like
find,
and
or you
I
find
call
it
it
trying.
blowing sunshine. So you blow sunshine up their ass and you're training them like a dog,
Yeah,
unfortunately. I love you all, you're all amazing if you're watching. But yeah, now that isn't the case. But
yeah,
certainly when I was younger and vulnerable, yeah, you tolerate this insanity.
yeah. Or you just like allow people to say something and it eats you alive, but they probably don't even realise what they're saying does eat you alive because
No.
you're actually such a sensitive wee Sally because someone's knocked your confidence within your feet. Like they've
Oh,
tore it from underneath you.
100%, 100%. So do you think going freelance was a way of like honoring your family and the career side of you as well?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
feel like when I for about 18 months I was quite open with my bosses and I was like, look, I'm at the top of my game in the salon. I've been there for 9 years. I was like, so how do I get to where I want to go? Like there's something that I feel like I can touch and it's untouchable.
Mhm,
Like with the education part, people want the girls that owned the salon to educate. I was there. They gave me a promotion and I was eventually creative director there,
mhm.
but they were still wanting the two girls, which I fully understand. It's their names in life. But I was like, I just worried that I was going to be a stylist at that salon and not me as an individual. So I went self-employed. Um, I only do 3 days a week. And I only do one Saturday a month.
Same. And
Yeah.
do you know what? I'm not ashamed to say it. I resent it.
Yeah, well, so I still resent doing a Saturday because it's like it takes up on your family time. It
Yeah,
take like when you've got when I work part time, my husband works full time, and then you've got the kids doing their stuff through the week.
yeah,
Yeah, even sitting down at a dinner table for dinner,
yeah.
you
I
take
think
for granted.
Saturdays are different. It depends what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
where you want to go, like where your journey's taking you. I am no means saying fuck Saturdays because I'm
No,
sure
yeah,
somebody will come and tell me that I'm an asshole for that. But for me and by the sounds of it, I've done my time.
yeah. So do you know what? I've got the same people on an 8 week rotation.
Same,
So
same,
if something comes up, it's not a hassle. That totally understand, totally understand.
same. But do you
Um,
find it's always the same people?
yeah, yeah, it's always the same people.
Like, hello.
Yeah, again, I need to schedule your appointments, please. They're like, yeah, no worries.
But when you get to a point, I've got the same, like I said, I've got the same clients. They are cool with it.
Yeah,
They're there for me as much as they're there for what I do.
yeah.
And there is such a different level of understanding.
Oh,
So,
totally.
yeah.
So I went self-employed a year past September, so still fresh.
Oh, so you're a baby. Love
Yeah, still,
that.
still a newbie. So I've now never missed since going self-employed. School disco,
No.
uh,
Oh,
parents' evening, parents'
yeah,
evening.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
I remember the first parents' evening. My wee boy, he's got well, he was a bit challenging at school, but he's definitely got ADHD. So I have been advocating for a long time for that.
Yes, 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 yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, he is only in primary one." I was like, "Oh no, like there's things that you like verbalized that you can't actually describe a child that way because you're actually putting a perspection on a child that's an adult perspection and you're meant to be a safe space. That's not acceptable. So he's actually in the middle of being assessed now,
Okay.
and he's
My
only
eldest has got his diagnosis.
yeah. So he's only primary two. But he's just busy. Like his brain is busy. Like even the way he speaks, it's fast forward. Fast forward. You like take a breath. But I think, and he's in an open planned school as well, which is obviously maybe not great for his brain, but it's the one that we're in the catchment. But it's the neuro hub school as
Okay.
well. So
I do find that there is with the smallies, there's a really good level of understanding, and there's I do find there are far more wonderful
yeah,
teachers at primary level,
yeah. So
you
being
know.
able to go to parents' evening and advocate for your child,
Yeah,
like because
100%.
yes, I think for me, I'm very much like this is how we do something at home. I don't expect someone to do that in this mainstream school, but put a timer on for 5 minutes and you won't have a meltdown because you've asked him to be coming away from something. Or
Yes, the
like,
mini strategies, like with Dylan. So he's doing his GCSEs.
yeah,
Now you almost have to you have to reverse engineer things, right?
yeah,
So I'd be like, darling, I'm not going to make you do your revision. It's your decision what you're going to do, you know. So I'm not going to force you. And he's like, well, I am going to revise for 15 minutes every night. I'm like, I'm not making you, darling. You do exactly what you need
yeah,
to do. And in the end, you got put up a maths grade, you know.
yeah,
And I've said to I'm quite inappropriate and with my jokes and stuff. And I said to the teacher, you almost just have to gaslight him,
yeah.
right? Let him think it's his idea. But that at secondary level, it's a very different
Oh,
kettle
yeah.
of fish.
I think as well, that's what I said to my husband because he was like, do we really need a diagnosis? We know. And I was like, but I think later on in life, it might not really challenge him until he has to slow down his brain to revise.
Yeah.
And if we wait till then, it might be too late. Whereas if we
Yeah, yeah,
follow
yeah.
the
It's
strategies, and
strategizing
yeah,
and unpicking it and
and making him
figuring out
aware
what
that his
works for
brains,
each. Say that again, sorry.
making him aware that both of them, that it's okay that your brains aren't identical.
No,
Like whose are? It's actually personality, and you're okay to have that because
100%.
it'd be boring if you were beige or vanilla.
Yeah. And eventually, once you kind of figure it out, and I think, especially with like parents now, there is that level of understanding. It doesn't have to be how it was. Like my school years were awful.
Yeah,
I will not let that happen now. You know, it's much like it sounds like for you as well. You won't let your child suffer, and that's
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
And but yeah, like had I not been freelance, self-employed, I wouldn't be able to go to the appointments. I
Yes,
wouldn't be
totally.
able to, be calling the school, which is a full-time fucking job in itself.
I know.
If I don't get 5 emails a day, I can only assume someone
Oh,
in
you
the
get
office
more
has
than five
died.
emails.
But yeah, it's really important. So I love hearing
Yeah.
that women are being able to do that.
Yeah, I do. Don't get me wrong, they still say silly things like, oh, you're not there to pick me up every day from school. And I'm like, I don't know how many parents are there at 3 o'clock every day to pick you up from school. Like, there is like a majority of families probably work till 5, and I'm very much aware that there are people that don't, and that's also okay. But I always say to my kids, long term, I'm building a future whilst working,
Mhm,
and 2 days a week, well, 3 days a week, I'm home for
mhm,
dinner time.
100%.
2 days a week, I'm home to put you to bed. Like,
Hmm.
you do see me, but yeah, the 2 nights that I work late, you've got football. Both of them do football, so they don't actually see me anyway. But I think
Oh,
it's like the way that they see things, isn't it? So probably made me a wee bit more aware of being a bit more flexible with life.
yes, absolutely. Letting that rigidity go.
Yes, totally.
So, firstly, is there anything you want to tell me, and where can people find you?
So, do you know what? I would probably like to tell you, or anyone that's watching, 100% listen to that inner person that's telling you that you don't need to do what people expect of you, do what you want to do.
Hmm.
Because I think for a long time, I've probably put a perception of what people expect on my shoulders and done it and resented the person for it when actually it's not their fault, it's mine.
Taking that little bit of responsibility, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, almost ownership to actually,
Yeah,
you
actually,
could have done,
I
you
can
could have
make
done,
that
yeah,
choice. Yeah,
you could
yeah,
have done better for you, and it's not anyone else's fault. It's for you. It's for you for thinking the way that you did at that minute in time.
yeah.
So, yeah, like, listen to your that gut.
She's not lying to you.
Oh, she's not lying.
She's
She's
not
not.
lying.
So you should listen to that. Um, and where can people find me? They can find me on. Well, you can find me in Aberdeen if you're ever there. But yeah, I have a Instagram page,
I'll
um,
tag you in the show notes.
and yeah, and the TikTok just started. So see how that goes. Get down with the kids.
Amazing. And I always like to end on a funny. So tell me something that it doesn't have to be recent, something funny, hilarious, inappropriate that your children or child has said or done.
Oh, there's so many. Um, Serge actually recently was at one of his hospital appointments for to see a specialist for his ADHD, and he asked to steal a rubber glove. He blew it up like a chicken and tied it. But we watch a lot of Wallace and Gromit, so do you know the penguin that's in jail?
Oh, my little
Yeah.
one's obsessed as well.
But there was a student nurse in there, and he was quite a young guy. And Serge turned his back and pulled all the fingers down and turned it back, and it was like that. I was like, I'm so sorry. But they did find it funny. So yeah, there's no airs and graces in my house. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, same.
Which I think's better because it gives them
I'm raising my thing. I'm raising future adults,
yeah,
you know, and I mean we'll honor your childhood and you can do what you need to do, but I personally don't believe in I don't believe in hiding things. I'm very if there's a conversation that you
yeah,
need to have, like my eldest, I will talk to him about whatever he wants to talk about,
yeah.
no
But
matter how much my insides are dying. And
yeah,
trust me, they're dying.
yeah. Yeah, I'm probably one of the parents that when my kids go to school, they're like, oh, I can't believe they've just came out of that. I was like, well, if they ask me, I'm not going. I physically can't lie because I don't want them to lie to me.
Yeah, I say this to Dylan all the time, like don't lie to me. I
Yeah,
can't help you if you lie to
yeah,
me. Like, my phrase, I'll put my feelings on the shelf.
totally.
We've got a little can't think of the word. If he's out with his friends and he wants to leave, he either texts me the running man and I'll ring him and I'll be like, "Your room's a fucking shit. I'll get home now."
Yeah.
Rah, rah, rah. Or he'll text me saying, "I think I need to tidy my bedroom."
Do you know what? That's good. I'm going to take that for when
Yeah,
my kids are
honestly,
older.
because it's that nobody
Yeah,
knows that, and
yeah,
we've had to do it twice.
that's good.
Like that,
And
I just know.
it's a
And
safe
then
space. Safe space.
100%, like how many of us lied to our parents? How
Yeah,
many of us would I think of the things that I was doing,
it's crazy.
and I'm like, how am I not dead?
Yeah.
And what the fuck? I mean, we
Oh,
must be about the same age,
yeah,
right? So I'm like late 90s, early 2000s
yeah.
chaos, you know?
So I always remember going, I had just finished school and my friend had phoned me and she's like, I'm on the megabus to London to go and see this band. I'm like, you're 16.
I went to Birmingham yesterday for whatever, and me and my friend Shelley, shout out to Shelley, used to bugger off for the weekend at
Really?
14 on the megabus up to Birmingham to go raving.
Oh, wow.
Like, and now I'm
Crazy.
like, how dangerous is that?
That's
Dylan
mental,
doesn't,
isn't it?
Dylan doesn't need, my kids don't need to lie to me. I can be pissed off with you another day.
Yeah. I think we're quite open and honest in this household, and I think that's the best way
Until
for
your
us.
4-year-old says fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, we've actually got a thing in our house, a poster. Oh, you can see probably quite a few. But in the kitchen, we've got one that says absolutely no bananas, and everyone's like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "Well, whatever you take from it." But right next to it, it says, "In this house, we fucking swear."
I've got one of those. We swear loudly and proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as long as you say it in the right content in the house and not at school.
Yeah. So,
Um,
yeah.
and it's
You
not.
know where to do it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's a word. Do you know who gives it the power? You.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. And people can
But
hate me for that.
so it's funny at my work. I don't actually swear. I, it's weird. I've got like an alter ego at work, but actually in my home life, I'm like a rooter tooter.
Really. I'm
Yeah,
just potty mouth 101. I
yeah,
mean, I'm unemployable.
yeah. But I honestly don't even know where it's came from. I don't know if it's like ingrained. Yeah, ingrained from like being so young and in the industry, or it's just like, yeah, my Sasha Fierce comes home.
Yes. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to have
Oh,
a chat with me.
thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.